Hello from me, Lazarus. We continue with the second part from the 7th lesson, from the 7th chapter, from the course on Lazarus IDE. Chapter 7 is Standard Ribbon Components, and we are currently on the second part of point 7.5. In the first part we looked at the T main menu component, and now in the second we will consider components, TPopupMenu and TImageList. TPopupMenu. This is the context menu, which appears after pressing right-click in an area of the screen. We will do it with the same capabilities as the main menu in its first two parts. For this purpose we will place a component TPopupMenu of the form, and we will create 5 parts with the same names in it. Here is the TPopupMenu component. We choose in the same way menu editor, and we make 5 variants like that. In each part we will create procedures to process the relevant event, by double-clicking on it. As for the first and last two, we will copy the same code from main menu 1 routines. Here is that code, and for the second and third procedures, that contain more than one line, we will show another method, when we will shout in them corresponding procedures from main menu 1. Here's how to spell it. So here we call menu item 6 sick, a sender. This is the service object. It's the same here, only it is about menu 7. Note that here in the parentheses we only pass the sender argument. In this way we avoid duplication of the same code and we increase code readability. By writing the procedures, for the example to work, we need to connect the memo 1 field with pop-up menu 1. For this purpose, in the properties of memo 1 we find pop-up menu, and from there we select pop-up menu 1. Here's what it looks like. Then we try it out. Our program, me first. I will compile and run it, and here. With right button we keep. Open, add a new line. And delete the selection. That's it for now on this topic. I want to tell you that I am deliberately trying not to include complicated things, and I strive to explain everything to you simply and uncomplicated. I hope I managed to do that. 2 more components left from the standard bar, T-frame and T-action-list, but we won't go over them for now. We will continue by studying some of the more commonly used components of the remaining strips or palettes. I decided to add a subpoint here, in cases where you want to add small icons to the menu or submenu. This is done via the TImageList component, which is located in the Common Controls bar. So, here's what it is, this component. Let's open now. Our project, and you see that I have set this component here. And by clicking on it, I get a dialog box. I have put several here thumbnail images that are measuring 16 by 16 pixels. Just a moment to come back here. Now we need to connect the component ImageList 1 to menus. For this purpose we open main menu 1 and in the images property we select ImageList 1, we perform the same action for pop-up menu 1. Then when we click twice and here we are, this window appears. Here we will select several images. To correspond to the options in the menu, I will use the Ready 1 library in the Lazarus IDE, which contains many images. It is located in the Lazarus Images folder. The path to it for me is k:\Lazarus\images a, for you maybe it will be in c:\Lazarus\images d, and then I open this images folder. And go to the menu subfolder, and from there I choose several images like Then I press the OK button. I add them sequentially with the Add button. Here's what we'll see in the end. And they are already saved in this component. Now I open the menu main menu 1, select the first option New, from Properties select Image Index, their default value is -1. And I will choose the index of this image, which I want to is displayed in this option. Here will be the first, which is index 0. There you see here this index is selected. Then I go to the second option. Open and select index 1, on the third index 2, and the edit menu options. I will choose indices 3 and 4, and so on until I fill them all. After that we had to repeat same actions for pop-up menu 1. We test the program and see that we forgot to put image of the third menu with the author of the program. So we add another image in the ImageList 1 component. Wait for me to see, did I add it? Yes, I added it, so I have it. And that's why there isn't now. Let's do it. And we can now to compile and run our program. She is ready. We save it in a folder as a project. And that's all for the 7th chapter, and for our lesson. Best regards.